The bottle was now on Mahi's side. Seeing this, Priya was very happy. Then Tina asked Mahi, truth or dare? Mahi said with full confidence, truth. This time Priya saw Mahi with a devil smile and said something in Tina's ear. Tina looked at Priya once and then asked Mahi, you tell me, when did you kiss Jiju for the first time? When did you kiss Jiju? Now Mahi was speechless. She would have told you if she had ever kissed Ranvir. Priya repeated the same thing once again. Now tell me, when did you kiss Jiju? Mahi looked here and there. She had no answer. Priya again asked her with confusion, you have kissed Jiju sometime or the other. Mahi looked here and there and said, no, I have never kissed Jiju. Hearing this, all three shouted and said, that means you have never kissed Jiju. Mahi made a sad face and shook her head. Priya bowed her head and said, oh God, I had told you that this girl will make us lose face. Look, she did this. Now what will Jiju think? That we did not teach our daughter anything. We did not send her to school. Even then we told her to learn some knowledge. But she did not listen. Then Tina asked, you have told Jiju I love you. Mahi shook her head. Now Ruhi pushed everyone back and put her hand on her waist and asked her, now don't tell me that you have not had your nuptial night yet. Mahi again shook her head and put her hand on her waist. Now all three shook their heads and sat down. And Priya started her own drama. Priya said, oh God, I am shocked. What have I heard? It's been so many days since the marriage and nothing has happened between them yet. I am sure you do not let Jiju come close. Mahi was tired of watching her drama. She sat on the sofa and said, yes, so? What should I do? I feel very shy. Ruhi said to her, you feel shy here and someone else will take your brother away. Then don't come crying to us. Mahi looked at Ruhi and said, why will someone else take him away? Priya said, when the wife does not give her consent, then the husband will definitely give her a chance. Then Tina said, all men have the same nature. After hearing all this, Mahi was in deep thought. Ruhi also said, yes, anyway, there is a witch in our house who always tries to control her brother. Mahi said, Samira? Ruhi said, yes, that same Samira which keeps staring at our brother. After hearing this, Mahi was very angry. Mahi said, that means my doubt was right. Samira really tries to hit Ranvir. Mahi said angrily, I won't spare her. How dare she look at my husband? Then Mahi said to Priya, Ruhi and Tina, all of you are my true friends. If you don't understand my problem, then who will? Priya said, look Mahi, you will have to solve your own problem. We can only help you a little. After hearing this, Mahi said, but what should I do? Tell me. Ruhi said, you love your brother, right? Mahi said innocently, I don't know. Priya said, you don't like your brother-in-law talking to any other girl, right? Mahi nodded her head. Then Ruhi asked, don't you feel bad if your brother goes out? Right? Mahi nodded her head again. Then Tina said, you like being close to your brother-in-law, right? Mahi nodded her head again. But when he comes close to me, I feel like running at the speed of a super fast train. All three said together, stupid, this is called love. Mahi stood up and said, this means I love him. Priya said, yes, and you should tell this to your brother-in-law. Mahi stood up and said, I don't have the courage to tell him this. Ruhi said, hey, we are there for you. We will give you such a medicine that you will directly look into your brother's eyes and express your feelings to him. Mahi said with some confusion, is there any such medicine? Ruhi, Tina and Priya said together, yes, wait for the evening. Mahi nodded her head again. Everyone was getting ready for the evening party. Mahi was getting nervous that how will she tell Ranbir that she is in love with him. Then she said, what if the medicine that will encourage Ruhi doesn't work? Everyone got ready and gathered on the poolside. As the evening started, the party reached its peak. Everyone was in a mood of full enjoyment. Meanwhile, Ruhi and Priya were cooking a different khichdi. Mahi was waiting for her in Ruhi's room. That's when the three of them came running to the room. Tina said with a laugh, "We worked very hard, but finally we got it." Mahi said in a hurry, "Really? Where is the medicine to encourage her?" Ruhi quickly took out the bottle of wine and kept it in front of Mahi. Mahi opened her eyes and looked at the bottle. Then she looked at Ruhi and said, "Ruhi, this is alcohol. Are you asking me to drink alcohol?" Priya calmed her down and said, "Hey, listen to me first. This is wine, not alcohol. And taking one pack of it will do your job." Mahi said, I will be able to easily say what I want in front of her." Priya said, "Yes, that's what we were all saying." Ruhi put a little wine in a glass and held it in Mahi's hand. As soon as Mahi took a sip of it, she said with a strange face, "Yuck, this is so dirty." Then Tina said, "Hey, we told you that this is medicine and medicine is always bitter. Now finish it quickly." Mahi closed her nose and drank it. Then Priya asked, "Mahi, did you get some courage?" Mahi said, "Yes, I think I got some courage." Hearing this, Ruhi said, "Okay, now I am going to call my brother. You be ready." Saying this, Ruhi left. Ruhi did not come for a long time. Then Priya said, "I will go and see where she is." Tina said, "Okay, I will also come with you." Saying this, Tina also left with her. Mahi was now alone in the room. She was now getting a little bit of wine on her. She looked at the bottle and said, "Let me take a little more so that I can get more courage. Then I will be able to say what is in my heart to him." Saying this, she took a sip of the wine from the bottle. Ruhi was looking for Ranvir in the poolside. Then she saw Ranvir with Rudra. Ruhi quickly went to him and said, "Brother, Mahi has some important work with you. Let's go." Ranvir asked, "Mahi? Where is Mahi?" Ruhi pulled Ranvir and said, "Let's go." Ranvir came to the hall with Ruhi. Then he asked, "Where is Mahi?" Ruhi said, "She is in our room. She is waiting for you." Saying this, Ruhi ran away. Ranvir did not understand why Mahi was waiting for him. On the other hand, Mahi emptied the bottle little by little. Now she was completely intoxicated. As soon as Ranvir opened the door of the room, he came with an empty bottle of wine and collided with her feet. When Ranvir saw in front of him, Mahi was standing on the bed and was singing strange songs. Ranvir was surprised to see Mahi. With Mahi's actions and the empty bottle of wine, he understood that Mahi was completely intoxicated at that time. As soon as Mahi saw Ranvir, she spread her arms and shouted, "Husband, I have been waiting for you for so long." Saying this, Mahi moved forward. She was about to fall from the bed when Ranvir moved forward and grabbed her by the waist. Mahi's hands were on Ranvir's shoulders and Ranvir's hands held Mahi's waist. At that time, Ranvir was engrossed in Mahi's beautiful intoxicating eyes. Mahi was also looking at Ranvir's eyes. Then Mahi got a hiccup and she said to Ranvir laughingly, "Ranvir, I want to say something to you." Ranvir took her in his lap and said, "Yes, okay, but first go to your room." Mahi said, "No, I have to say it now or else I will forget." Saying this, Mahi started trying to get down from Ranvir's lap. But Ranvir held her tighter and took her to his room. Mahi was lost in Ranvir's intoxicating eyes. Ranvir was also lost in Mahi's intoxicating eyes. Mahi blinked and said with a lovely smile on her lips, "Ranvir, I want to say something to you." With Mahi's voice, Ranvir came to his senses. He carefully took Mahi down. But he did not take Mahi away from himself. He held Mahi's waist and brought her closer to him. And coming close to her face, he said in his intoxicating voice, "What do you want to say?" Mahi put her arms around Ranvir's neck and said to him, "Ranvir, Ranvir, I don't know how to say what I want to say to you. Because I have never felt this way before. And I don't even know that." Mahi left her words unanswered and lowered her eyes. Ranvir held her chin and lifted her face and said, "Mahi, whatever you want to say, whatever is in your heart, say it. Ranvir could see his emotions in Mahi's eyes. But he wanted to hear from Mahi's mouth. His heart was also restless to hear everything from Mahi's mouth that he had waited for a long time. Mahi thought to herself that today she would say everything. She once again looked into Ranvir's eyes and said, Ranvir, whenever I am close to you, my heart beats very fast. But when you go away, I feel a strange restlessness. I don't know what the feeling in my heart for you is called. Saying this, Mahi put her head on Ranvir's chest. Then she started speaking again. I have never felt this way for anyone else. When you met me for the first time, I didn't feel good at all. Because you forced me to kiss you. I was also scared of you. Yes, I still feel scared. But sometimes. Mahi looked at Ranvir's face and said, when another girl comes close to you, I don't feel good at all. I get very angry. Because you are only mine. Saying this, Mahi looked into Ranvir's eyes as if she was waiting for his answer. Ranvir was lost in Mahi's beautiful eyes. Mahi's words were very soothing to him. He said, yes, my love, I am only yours, forever. Forever. Hearing Ranvir's words, Mahi smiled. She said in her unconscious voice, Ranvir, is this love? If yes, then I am in love with you. Yes, I am in love with you, Ranvir. Saying this, Mahi's eyes were wet and her lips were smiling. Hearing Mahi's expression of love, Ranvir became blank for a moment. His heart also started beating fast. This is what he wanted to hear. Mahi moved away from Ranvir and said with a smile, I finally said, I love you, Ranvir. After Mahi's expression, will all the distances between Ranvir and Mahi disappear? Will both of you happily enjoy your married life? Or will there be a new storm? To know more, keep listening to Oh Baby only on Love Pulse Diaries.